Shadow Clone Art Copy Jutsu! Oh, well, my name is Fox, late night with Fox, and, this is a quick video I wanted to do, because, one, I didn't know, think what to think about, but then also because the Mitsuki arc is going on right now in Boruto, and it's kind of cool. In the next episode, I might do, I might watch, 3 episodes, and then just do 3 episodes together review. I don't know, but, watching it right now, if you don't know about the Mitsuki arc, basically, Mitsuki, who was one of Boruto's close friends, is gone. He's gone. He left. He left a snake that says, "This is my will," and also apparently there might be something to do with the snake sage, or I guess they're just going there to find Mitsuki by using the snake and whatnot. But basically, he's gone, and Boruto and Sarada leave to go try to track him down, along with the help of later on Shikamaru's kid, as well as Choji's kid, as well as Sai's kid. And they all head out to go find the Mitsuki basically right now. And I kind of was watching this, and some people would say "Oh, does this arc mean that Mitsuki is the Sasuke of this group?" And the thing is, I always love the idea of George Lucas kind of said something about this, where it's never repeat, but rhyme, where certain things are similar between different things, Luke losing his hand, and then Anakin also losing his hand, or I'm trying to think of the different meanings, but basically never retread over the same thing. You can kind of make it where it's a similar thing and echoes out, but you never do it as the exact same thing. And I could see this as them trying to rhyme. It's not copying the same thing. Let me get that one out of the way. But out of different things, there's different times where things would rhyme and it works better. Kingdom Hearts, because Kingdom Hearts is my favorite series, and it is a rhyme that I just noticed. Is that in Kingdom Hearts 1, Sora to free Kairi's heart. Spoilers for Kingdom Hearts 1. To free Kairi's heart, he takes the Keyblade of Worlds, I believe it's called, or Keyblade of Everyone, puts it to his chest, and unlocks his heart to then release Kairi's heart, thus making him into a Heartless, and then also creating Roxas, and so on. And then in Birth by Sleep, there actually is another scene, spoilers for Birth by Sleep as well, where Xehanort taking over Terra's body, and basically the two fighting it out for who should control his body. Xehanort takes his Keyblade and unlocks his heart in a very similar fashion that Sora did in the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 1, and basically to do the similar thing, to unlock Terra's heart. But in this case, turning Terra into a Heartless, which is the Anthem's guardian, and technically his nobody is Xemnas, but that's after his entire body gets taken. But technically, you could make the thought that technically the Lingering Will is Terra's nobody, but that's beside the point. But it's something like that, where things can rhyme. I know there's another one in Star Wars, but I can't remember what it was. But things can always rhyme, and it works. Actually, another one would be Yoda, Luke meets Yoda in the Bog Planet, and in not Force Awakens, what was it? The Last Jedi, Luke, Rey goes to the island and finds Luke, but it's different on how certain things work on those things. But Luke doesn't want to train her at all, and stuff like that. But in any case, it's right. But this one, back to Naruto, because we're talking about the other series. In this, it kind of has that kind of quality of rhyming, where it's okay, Mitsuki's left the village for whatever reason, so now Boruto is going out there with Sarada, with Team Choji, which are some of the ones who made up the original task, kids of the parents who originally made up the team that went after Sasuke. But then, even though it's kind of rhyming, it kind of isn't. Which kind of busts, like, the difference, at least for me, is that for Sasuke, we kind of had a couple missions that all of this happened. Like, even though they kind of rushed through it a bit, like, we had the mission with Zabuza, which was the very first mission. We had the entire tuning exam, which was, like, another big thing. And then, like, I think there was, like, probably some other missions between that. Maybe those were filler. I can't remember. But we had more time with Mitsuki and even learning certain things about we had more time with Sasuke and learning more things about Sasuke's life. But Mitsuki, this is now when we are kind of, or at least Boruto's now learning more about Mitsuki. But I don't know, Mitsuki hasn't had those big moments. We know that he has Boruto as his son to his moon, and that he wants to be his friend. He wants to stay there in the village. He, at one point, would even, like, show off his power, and this would apparently then blow him up or something, kill him, basically, because of a curse mark that Orochimaru has placed on him. But, Isabel. But then again, come here, Bilbo. Come here. But then like, that never happened. Or, like, I feel like that, one, this arc could be something really cool and really epic if we would have had something bigger before all this. Like, if we had... Come here, fella. If we would have had... Because, like, the whole thing with Sasuke is like, oh, crap. He basically leaves to go join this evil guy, and who's going to take over his body, but he just wants to become stronger to fight his brother. And we've had all these things to go, like, with these two, to see them kind of grow, kind of, Naruto and Sasuke kind of form a bond, even though, like, at one point, like, oh, they're friends? I thought they were just a-holes to each other. I don't know, maybe I rewatch it. But it feels a lot more like they were friends, they didn't want to ship it in and all that stuff. But, that's where it works more for me if I rewatch Naruto. It's been years since I've seen the original Naruto. Like, since when it was on Cartoon Network. But yeah, like, watching... Bella, stop playing with my socks. Sorry, back. But, in Naruto, I felt like we got more of, like, with Mitsuki, slowly, like, growing his story and a little bit so that... And then, having... Or Sasuke, god dang it, keep Sasuke. Well, we have more of that, and then, like, once we have that epic fight with Sasuke and Naruto at the end, was the Valley of the End, I think it was called, and then, like, Sasuke leaves, it's great, but with this, there's a couple of things kind of working against it, even though I do say the anime is way better than the manga. If they're still following the manga, I'm assuming, because I know this arc isn't in the mangas, but that also then means that Mitsuki has a role later on in the story, but this is not really what it's, like, what is it? God, what am I trying to say here? Basically, I'm trying to say is that we know Mitsuki is gonna come back. We know Mitsuki is gonna come back, unless they're gonna pull a Full Metal Alchemist, which I would be fine with. If they pull a Full Metal Alchemist on us and go, oh yeah, the manga's kind of going this direction, but we're gonna kind of go in this direction. And mind you, I'd be perfectly fine with that, because even though watching the original Full Metal Alchemist anime when it came out, and I did love it, but then watching Brotherhood, where I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. Well, both of them are amazing, and, like, again, like, the first one did, like, the first part of this anime way better than Brotherhood did, and they also didn't whitewash Rose for whatever reason. They didn't whitewash Rose, but the rest of the Brotherhood, I'd say, is freaking, like, way better, I would say. I don't know. But, this I would be fine with, because the Boruto manga kind of sucks. It really kind of does. It feels like the anime cheaper, which is weird because usually it's the other way around where the anime is supposed to feel, you know, like certain things are cut out from the manga or, you know, it's cut out from the source material, but the anime actually adds more than the manga does, which is cool, but also like, what the fuck? But yeah, but basically what I'm trying to say is if they are going to go their own route with this, I'm all for this because then, okay, cool, we don't know what's going to happen. But because we know that Mitsuki is going to be in later chapters, for one. Two, we also don't have any reason for Mitsuki to really leave. Because, like, again, Sasuke, he legitimately has a reason to leave the Hidden Leaf Village. He even knocks out Sakura to stop him, but he legitimately has a reason to leave the Hidden Leaf Village to gain power, and also to use the power of the Curse Mark to then go fight Itachi. There is a legitimate reason and a reason for us to worry about him leaving, and even then when we see him fight Naruto and then beat him, we're like, oh crap, he is freaking stronger. With Mitsuki, even though I do think Mitsuki is probably like, could probably knock the fudge out of Boruto like that. If he activated his Sage Mode. Mitsuki is needed for later on in the chapters. He is still needed for all these things. I don't know how the manga works, because if this arc is something that's specifically kept in the anime, and this is not part of the mangas, which the mangas omit certain things or like don't have certain things, like the story with Sarada first meeting Sasuke, that's not in the manga. Maybe that was in the movie. I know there's a book on it, but that's not in the manga, and that's a really good like little arc there for Sarada and Sasuke. But yeah, like I don't know, like I feel like this. Heck, Killer B actually comes back in the anime, but in the manga, I don't think he does come back. I think in the manga, he's straight dead. Which, honestly, kind of balls, but not really, because like they just like kill him all, like, unceremoniously, which kind of sucks. But yeah, like, if they're gonna go their own route with the anime, cool. I would like to see that. But even then, we still haven't gotten much for Mitsuki, a reason for Mitsuki to leave the Hidden Leaf Village. Other than maybe some bits of identity crisis, as well as, you know, trying to find who he is when being a clone and stuff. Other than that, there's not really, you know, much else. I can think that be like, oh, he's evil now. He can be evil. Oh! We haven't even set up, like, we set up the villains, but, like, the villains, I don't know. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on this. Tell me what you guys think. Do you guys think this saga works? I like this arc, but I feel like there is no real, like, nothing can really be lost because Mitsuki is most likely to be used for later on in the series. And yeah, I'm not even quite sure how Kawaki, because apparently Kawaki's already been introduced in the manga. And I'm like, what? Is he going to be like the fourth member of Team 7? Maybe Mitsuki does leave the team. That would suck, because Mitsuki is one of my favorite characters. But I would love Mitsuki to be like kind of the new Sasuke with like his Sage form abilities and stuff like that. But I don't know. Also, the snakes are kind of freaking cool, especially in the Naruto universe. The snakes are really freaking cool. I would love to see Mitsuki just go full snake Sage on someone. But yeah, tell me what you think down below. Thanks for watching. Which videos I've done. Links are on my Facebook if you there somewhere, and we will see you later. We are fighting Dreamer. Zakanikanino nuga fighting Zima. Zakanikanino nuga fighting Zima. Nina 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 ori 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 oh, just go my way. Yeah, I know that wasn't Japanese.